It's a pleasure to have everyone here, and I believe that tonight's interaction is actually going to be very, very fruitful. So to say, the purpose of this meeting overemphasize the
Director, your line is breaking.
With the interaction tonight. I'll give the floor to Can you hear me now, sir?
Okay, it has improved.
Okay, thank you. So I'll give the floor very quickly to my colleagues to actually take the first chunk of the interaction. And of course, proceedings will continue from there. So of course, if you can hear me, Chairman of the board, I'd like you to take the floor. And of course, let us have a welcome note and also a background of why the club is where it is today and what the club hopes to achieve by actually coming to do some of the things it has actually done, which I believe is actually for the sake of sustainability. So if you can hear me, Chairman of the board, please unmute your mic and take the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Director. Why I address the floor on where we are now, please, can you just kindly share who's with me? Because it seems I might want to share screen for a minute before Engineer Anthony comes on board. I hope you heard me, sir.
You are now the host, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. So my able executive panel in the house, the head of tech, the head of communication, all the global zonal leaders here, and other visitors with us on this call tonight, you're all welcome. Just like the director said, that hopefully our interaction tonight is going to be meaningful and successful. It's going to be resourceful. So I would like to go quickly to the issues that I know that have been ailing and disturbing in our minds, and to a very wide range, to a very wide extent. Most of those disturbing issues in our minds are just artificial disturbances. They are disturbances that are not supposed to be. Contrary to the wrong notion that our system is in crisis, I want to dispel that wrong notion that our system is in crisis. But rather, I want to show us briefly that our pasture is greener now. Our pasture is greener now. So it is the fear of the unknown that has been troubling some of us in the community. And the worst of it all is that at some point we find out that some members are just intentionally inconveniencing themselves, in the sense that they are seeing truth very clear, conspicuously standing in their front, but they just decide to ignore it and go after their emotions. We all know that in making money these days, emotion does not play any role. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's discussion. So in our discussion tonight, we need to know that for those of us who are described as founding partners, we're not sitting as founding partners because we communicate the most or because we market the most. That is not true. We have many more marketers in this community, much more than us. So if anyone asks me, what do we think, what is our place as founding partners? I would want to say this night that one thing I have seen that I have appreciated God so much is that God gave us, the founding partners, the strength to be steadfast, to be strong. The place of decision making is what makes us the founding partners. Otherwise, there are so many texts out there. There are so many communicators, developers, marketers out there, but leadership has to do with decision making. The point of decision making is the foundation of leadership, because if the decision is not right, every other work around the decision will go wrong. So, and if not for cogent decisions, some of these decisions are not primarily coming from us or ultimately coming from us as founding partners. We also have this opportunity to learn from every of the contributions from all members and especially the global leaders. Our consistent and continuous conversation, engagement opens us for a lot of learning. So all this learning are not put to waste. They are put to very great use, because when it comes to that point where we have to make decisions, we consider the minds, the opinion, the contributions of our global leaders. So that is why I stand bold to say that the decision so far we have tonight, we have on ground, is the best decision we deserve, we need, and it is in the best interest of our collective good. So another thing I want us to know again is that we who have been promoting and proclaiming freedom, success, achievement, we are not naive in the network marketing industry or in the network business. We are not naive. We are not unaware of the circumstances that produce great results in network marketing. We have long stay of experience and learning in the network marketing, and that it is upon that we are on the right path. There is this learning, I think I should share with every one of us here, from Jack Ma, who said that he drew up categories of ages, age brackets, and to him, he postulated that there are certain age in life where you should just be fine making your mistakes. Just be fine making your mistakes. And after mistakes is experimentation. You get to that age where you have to experiment a lot. And then you should get to that age where, when you consider all the mistakes you have made in life, you've learned from them, you've also experimented wide, long enough, you should now come to that point where you want to settle down. Now, this your settling down is what will take you into your retirement age, where you live peacefully. You shouldn't start practicing a trade when you are 80, when you are 70. According to him, he said it is too late for you. You don't have any business learning a trade at the age of 70, 80. So some people say that there is no limit to learning. No, there's a limit to learning when it comes to reality. And when lifestyle or life standard comes in place. So we have grown past the age of trying to cope with mistakes. We have grown past the age of trying to cope with mistakes or feel that we should be comfortable making mistakes. And we are exiting that age where we have to experiment. Now we have to establish and explore. We have to establish and explore. And that is why, if we consider how we started in 2021, 1st August 2021, we may be experimenting, we may be learning at that time, and then the blows, with the challenges we had, we've learned quite a lot. And then when it comes to other associating patterns of network marketing, we are familiar with the trends. Is it in the aspect of trading? Is it in the aspect of both crypto or forex trading? Some of us have up to 10 years experience in this line of reasoning. Is it in investment, where you put this amount of money, you get AYZ? We are familiar with those stuff. So to this point, to this end, the best way to truly make money from the conclusion of some of us is to have a steady, safe, organized program. Because even some of those ones you feel that you can still reference right now that are paying, my dear brothers and sisters, it's just a matter of weeks or a month, just a matter of weeks or a few months, and you won't be hearing them anymore because we are honest to ourselves. So now I would like to show us briefly that we have a greener pasture now, where all of us can now begin to establish. It is network that will ever give you the greatest amount of success in network marketing. Net worth. The worth of your network, the size of your network is very significant in wealth building. So it may not, your cash capital may be fine, may be very, very important, but what is much more important is the size of the network you're building. Anything other than that is going to be tougher. So today, in CLUB250 cents, haven't had all those long narration, we have now come to a point where we saw a danger ahead, and we have to make sure we forestall the danger. The danger of every one of us having to battle with integrity and dignity is a very scary one. So how fair would we be, and how would we say we are innovative? How would we say we are contemporaries when we are running a system that we are looking at the danger ahead and we are ignoring the danger? And that is why preemptive measures became very, very necessary. Okay, so we came up with a comp plan that is very beautiful, looking at it from the recycling and also the size of the global team, the nature of the coin relevant for this production, which is the sea gold, and how the recycling created a structure and a demarcation between the classic and the premium, so that there can be area of concentration and control. So the recycling gave us a control unit, a control system between when you want to do your premium and when you are working on your classic. These structures are fine, are beautiful. Now, as we speed up the process, the last report we had before we had to introduce what we call the progress bar or the progressive bar was a situation where they became a high number of earnable accounts or qualified earning accounts, like you heard from the tech when you looked at the scale 10,000 to 9,000, 9,000 qualified earning. So there is no way we could continue with this trend. Now, the fundamental structures that led to why they became this tightness between 10,000 and 9,000 is a whole long walk on its own. So let's look at the consequence of 9,000 earning account out of 10,000. It simply means that if we continue that way, those of you who we have all come together to run this club will be running into trouble with our other network and contact we're bringing on board. So, but the progressive bar as introduced now is like a system that takes record of our performances on daily basis. So it means that the system now will be paying what is justifiable, what is qualified to be earned. Because if you look at the character of the progressive bar, it is saying that when the system pays out $1,000 today, then the next day the system will not pay if the system earns $999. The system will now have to wait until $1,000 is recovered, and then the system will now pay from the moment it is $1,001. So if the system earned just $100 yesterday, we should be expecting $101 today for the system to pay out. If you look at this system, it tells you that this is a standard business, a business of time. It creates urgency for registration. So you have to urgently register. And as you register, your account is able to accumulate 1,000 global team. It queues up. The system picks it up into a queue on what is called a progressive bar. So accounts that are not qualified to earn will not earn, even if the progressive bar, gets completed a multiple times a day. So your account have to get its 1,000 global team, and your account has to have its one referral condition, and then what will be left is just the progressive bar. And as we collectively, in fact, from history to this time, every day we have always been having a good record of registration on a daily basis. What just scared the community, it is because we, the administrators, the founding partners, alongside with the global leaders, failed to, in fact, we dispelled panic to our contacts, and some of us just were not ready to listen and we're not ready to follow. So this panic we dispel is what has created this slowness in registration. Otherwise, we have missed money a lot. From the day the progressive bar was introduced to this time, all those days are potential earning days that we just missed. So guys, without taking too much of our time tonight, today we have by the side Brain Network, the DEFI Pay, and our darling club. Now the DEFI Pay, which in fact, once you get Engineer Anthony on board, of course, you should know what to expect. But for the meantime, for those of us who have familiarized ourselves with the DEFI Pay, it is a wonderful business, and that is why I felt so happy to address the community tonight and to tell you that we have a greener pasture today, and that the size of your net worth, or your network, all of these things are going to be catalysts to your success in this project. So why do I say so? It is because I have a feel, I have tested, I have tried it. We all should understand today what the industry needs. The industry needs real-life application of system. The DEFI Pay is a reality, is the real-life application of cryptocurrency in our daily life. A situation whereby the system distance government documentation with processes for trading, that is a breakthrough system. And you know that we are wide thinkers. We think wide. That is why earlier before now, we have a social media space, we have an e-commerce platform, but all of these we have been collectively put together in one system under the pretext or the name, the exchange platform, okay, which is what the DEFI Pay is all about. So we now have a plethora of business in the DEFI Pay. So I will share my system because I think I should have, in 2 minutes time, I should be done with this address so that we can listen to our bombastic head of tech. So let me share my screen quickly. Okay, now what I've just shown us, I don't know how bright it is. Let me try to zoom out. Where is my zoom? Where is zoom? Zoom, don't waste my time. Well, let me just speak to them. I'm not able to see my zoom right now. So as you can see on this, my screen is the DEFI Pay. And in the DEFI Pay, I have gone haywire trying to recruit in the last few days. For some days, I wasn't able to work because of other engagement, but just in a few days, I was able to contact a few people. if this screen is zoomed enough, you will see that I have 55 direct downline in my first generation. So, and some number in second and third generation, but that is not where I'm going to. Where I'm going to is the fact that I am building a business for myself. Now, these numbers you're seeing here, this is a potential network, which will be translating to my net worth in a few moments to come. So I have a target of raising my first generation downline to about 1,000 or 2,000. And I can tell you that if I have up to 1,000, I can confidently recruit even 2 secretaries to work for me. I can have 2 secretaries working for me. Because what I'm going to be doing, because what the tech did here very wonderfully is you're not only entitled to only able to have the phone numbers of your first generation, you are also able to see the phone numbers in your second and your third generation. So what does that signal to us? It tells us that that's a business arena for us. And then when you look at the dashboard, it's so beautiful. You have all seen all the functions that this DEFI Pay can perform, and this is just for a start. A lot of improvements, including the e-commerce platform that has been intuited here, are going to really, really be a wonderful opportunity for all of us. Now, there is a connection between this DEFI Pay and CLUB250. You see, number one, you see the whole plan of the tech from the brain network and to the DEFI Pay, because the tech cannot do without the club. The tech has the club to build, and the club is operating with C Gold. So if the tech is working with the club, with the C Gold must be expensive, it must be scarce. Otherwise, the C Gold will come to the DEFI Pay and then mess the whole business here. Okay, if people will just go to the club and get free coin, even if this department of our business is worth $1 billion, it will be cutted away in a twinkle of weeks. So the scarcity translates to value at some point. So now the gold value of the coin is now beginning to manifest, because to really dig gold is not a low-cost program. It's very, very expensive to mine gold. So also is our crypto gold. So in the crypto gold, all of us have to accept that we have a beautiful club to maintain. And as the progressive bar becomes our friend, the progressive bar supply us with coin. And then the coin, which definitely if we can come together and understand how the club and the DEFI Pay works together for our own good, definitely the recharge card you'll be getting, that you'll be transacting on daily basis here, may not necessarily be money coming from your bank account that you're depositing here. The TV or the cable station subscription that you will be doing here will not be you going somewhere else to inject a fresh money. It has to be money you are generating from within the system, either from the C Gold or from your activity in the DEFI Pay, and then you are able to cash it out. This is what we're achieving for all of us. So if in the classic, I did an estimate of what one gets in just a single referral in the classic. Anyone you refer in the classic, what we see is 25 cents. But it goes beyond that. You get about 20% of that coin because of that registration, because when you register Mr. A himself is going to either bring in people or create accounts himself, duplicate himself by creating further accounts to qualify those accounts. Those accounts is creating, the system is recognizing them as sub-downline, which means that the position for second generations are naturally created in the classic. the position for third generation are naturally created on the down, created for you. So this translates to little dropping of money to you. And once this money is dropping, then you push this money to the DEFI pay, and then you use it to buy recharge card. You use it to do anything you want to do. So, but now, as you can see, even though the C Gold is the king of the internet, but the C Gold is not here right now. It's not activated. The configuration for C Gold working here is already here. What we need to do as a club member is to get it activated. Could you all believe that once we get the C Gold activated on this platform, all of us here are made? I'm not talking about we pumping money. I'm just saying, once C Gold reflects here and we understand the progressive bar, by that alone, all of us are made. This is how I think so. For me, who have about 50 something downline, I'm taking it up. So I'm going to create a special group, collect all this number. If possible, I can get a secretary to help me do that. I just, even if I'm not going to give the secretary my password, but I will just screenshot those numbers, send it to whoever is assisting me and helping me add them up to a WhatsApp group. Now, the people will not be living aggressively because they already see the title is the DEFI pay, something they have already registered on. If possible, I can create one-on-one contact with them, calling them on phone and telling them how sweet, how savory the club business, especially the classic, is. So if all of us concertedly continue to do a few registrations per day, you will see the progressive bar getting filled up overnight. However, in order to make these things very short, we who says we are the founding members of this program, if we understand this, we can say, okay, we are declaring emergency and we are doing 3 classic registration or 2 premium account just to ensure that we create transaction in the DEX tool or in the Uniswap. Once those transactions are created for us to increase our stake in the classic, before you know, within few hours or within a day or two, the liquidity will be boosted up and the value of the coin will also appreciate high, which will translate to activating this coin in the DEFI market, in the DEFI pay market. With that, we are made. We are automatically made. All this time we are wasting time locking up our rooms. That is not the way to do business. My room has never been locked for a single minute. I've been working in my room. So all of us need to embrace work. And then we'll realize that most of these complaints we make, we are complaining over a figment of our own fearful imagination. So I want to use this opportunity to call on the attention of everyone as you'll be listening to the head of tech address. And I know all of us are going to come to understanding, but this does not mean, for those of you who have reservation, please let today be a summary discussion on this topic of I no go agree, I no go agree, I no go agree, I don't like it, I don't like it. Please let us come in one mind and promote this business, because we need a business whereby you can actually speak at any platform confidently. I've been doing registration. Yesterday, I did registration. Even today, I did multiple registrations in my room. For those people who are in my room, they saw it. I tell people the terms and conditions. So it is now, some people are today joining Rotary Club, where they gain nothing, just lifestyle, come eat, drink, and go and walk away. So there are things happening out there that are not translating to any profit to each member. Those things cannot be compared to what we have in CLUB250. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, Director. At this point, I would like to pause here and then give the mic back to you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too, sir. Of course, you've actually created the base foundation upon which we are actually creating the solidity for tonight's discussion. And once again, I want to appreciate you. At this point, let me or call on Engineer Anthony, our head of tech, CTO DEFI Connect.